Hi, it's Paul here. Today I want to talk about a concept of living in the now. And what I mean by living in the now is whatever you're doing, maybe it's working, spending time with your kids, spending time with your wife or your husband, spending time with your mom, your dad, playing, doing an activity, reading, whatever it is. You want to live in the now. And basically what this means is, for example, if you are with your kids and you made a play date to go out with your kids and you're spending your time on the phone texting, right? You are not really engaged with your kid. Instead, what you're sending, the message you're sending is, whoever's on the phone that I have to text message is more important than my kid. And I know that's probably not what you want to send. That's not the message you want to send. In business, this is a huge problem. Many people spend their entire day, like they get a call, they get a text, whatever it is, and they immediately drop everything and get on that phone again and start texting. Or they're supposed to be working and doing some kind of activity, income producing activity, and all of a sudden an email pops up and they get lost in the email instead of doing that activity. So you want to live in the now. This is something Dani Johnson talks about and Craig Holiday talks about. I mean, if you ever get a Dani Johnson CD, she talks about this. It's time management. And by doing this, by being in the now, living in the now, so you set time aside to work, and when you're working, that is your work time. That is not play time. That is nothing else. That is work time. Okay? Now you set time aside to do other activities like exercise, for example. So when you're exercising, you're not getting on your phone and texting anyone. You're not talking on the phone. You're exercising. You're not stopping every 2 seconds to answer a question. No, you're exercising. That's what you're doing. That's living in the now. What's another example? Let's see. So business, I mean, if you're with your wife or your husband and you're sitting in the car and you're texting, that's not living in the now. This is more important. This phone is more important. I'm scrolling through pictures. That's more important. I mean, and I see this everywhere I go. People at restaurants scrolling through their phones instead of talking to the person in front of them. That's not living in the now. And that's really, to be honest, if you set time aside to plan out what it is you want to do when you want to do it. So for example, you got your work time. That's it. It's work time. You're not doing anything else. You got your play time. You're not doing work during this time. You're not on the cell phone answering questions. You're playing. This is your fun time. I'm sure you get the examples here. I'm sure you understand this. Take a hard look at what you're doing right now. I'm sure many of you are doing this. I'm guilty of it sometimes, but for the most part, I am engaged in what I'm doing. Just one more example, and this is just something that just popped in my head that I've witnessed. You go to a concert. You go to a concert, and what do I see people doing? Is they're on their phone, flipping through their phone. I mean, how is that living in the now? I'm just saying. Anyway, that's what I have for today. Go live in the now, and I will see you next time.